yet tonight before I can go to bed?
I don't.
I don't want to.
I think we're live now.
Are we hello?
Hello. Let's play some music.
Ding ding ding.
I don't remember what music we played. This one, I think. I think that's going through here.
It is. Our theme's music's running.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, some music is running.
Some music is running.
It's on a loop. I don't want that to loop. Don't loop.
Good evening, Facebook. And tonight, with tonight's topics, Bourbon and Zeppelins.
Hello, Internet. Hey, it's 8-ish o'clock. It's 8:30 Mountain Time. We were running a little bit behind schedule. Sorry about that.
Stupid life jobs.
That music does not ever want to stop. Anyways, I'm one of your hosts, David. This is
Jeremy.
Hi. Sorry, my iTunes is being stupid right now. Okay, cool. So it is another week where more stuff's happening. What's new with you, Jeremy?
What's new with me?
What's happened since last Wednesday?
Things I don't even remember last Wednesday. It happened so long ago.
Yeah, I'm like that with Tuesday.
I don't remember what happened yesterday. It's been a whirlwind of activity and excitement.
That's just an empty cup. That's why I'm putting that.
This one's not empty.
Yeah, it's empty now.
Nope, I can't even remember. It's
literally nothing's happened.
Things are going on.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything exciting with you? Noteworthy?
Yeah, a couple things of note.
Things of note.
I have a couple things of note. So I finished writing my first video game.
Oh yes.
The other day. 2 days ago. So 2 days ago I finished writing Pong.
Rewriting Pong.
Yeah. So I did a tutorial, and the way I do tutorials when I'm coding is I don't do them the same way they tell you to do it. I try to find different ways to do it because I find it just helps stick it in my head a little bit better.
Understand the concepts.
Yeah. Like I sort of tweak it a little bit. Like it was pretty close to what the guy had, and then I just sort of changed it a bit. But I'm a professional computer programmer, so I didn't like how he had anything structured. So last night I was like, I'm going to refactor all of this code. And also because I have this in a repository, I have it in my GitHub.
Yeah.
I was like, this won't be a problem. I'll just update it. And I work with, version control all the time. And I broke the number one rule in versioning, which is I started editing my master and I didn't branch off of it. So I didn't take a copy to Munge and then you sort of put it back into master. I did not do that. So now, as it stands, I do have a bunch of refactored code that works, but not as well as it used to before I refactored everything.
So did you learn why he structured it the way he had structured it?
No. Well, he did it just because it's just probably easier for a beginner, because it was sort of aimed at beginner programmers a little bit, I think. Right. He didn't do anything too complicated in there. So I'm sort of breaking it out and creating objects and doing proper stuff.
Doing the fancy stuff.
Yeah, doing the stuff that most people like a junior developer would look at and go, "Why would you do this? What a waste of time!" Because this works. And I'm like, "Yeah, it does."
But it's not the elegant right way.
It's not the right way to do it, and it's not as expandable, and it's not as modifiable. If you want to change something, it's a little harder with the way he did it. It was all in one file. I have 6 files, 4 files, or something like that now. And
Yep.
Yeah, so it's anyway. So I've been doing that. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have it refactored and working at least as well as I had it working 2 days ago, which would be real cool. And then I'm going to start building some other old games like Breakout or Asteroids. That's sort of my plan for the week coming up. I was playing. I've been trying to push myself into playing different styles of video games, like games I don't normally play lately. And I remember when I was a kid, I really enjoyed playing Smash TV. Do you remember Smash TV? It was an arcade game. I think it was on a Nintendo at some point. But it's a twin stick shooter. So if you don't know what a twin stick shooter is, it's in the arcade you had 2 sticks, and one was for moving your dude, and the other one you push in whatever direction you were going to shoot.
Right.
And it's like a top-down thing, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, I want to play a game like that again. So I found a bunch on the Steam Winter Sale a couple weeks ago, and I bought a bunch.
Right.
And two of the ones that I bought were sort of infamous when they came out. Postal.
Yeah.
Do you remember Postal? So Postal's a game about a guy who goes postal, and it's literally just. And I can't remember what year it came out in. It was a really bad movie made by Uwe Boll, I believe, who is the king of making bad video game movies. Anyways, it's like a hyper violent. At the time when it came out, it was like hyper violent. And so I got that. I got the remastered version of it, and then at the same time, I picked up a game called Hatred, which came out years later. But this one is definitely post-Columbine. I can tell you that much. So
that doesn't sound like we're going in a good direction.
It's not. This is even more violent than Postal. So Postal, by today's standards, it's it's kind of like, okay, like I get it. You're sort of running around and shooting people. You're spending a lot of time shooting cops. But I play Grand Theft Auto, so this is kind of whatever, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So Hatred is a very different beast. Same idea, right? Like it's a guy kind of going on a rampage, right? Except he's got like a black trench coat, like a black leather trench coat on, and like long stringy black hair. And at the beginning of the game, he's just like, human beings are a virus on the planet, and I hate them all. And so he takes all his guns and he goes out shooting. But the crazy part of this, so like he's literally just like hunting down innocents. Like the idea is you just want to kill everybody in the level, like in the area, like just people, like
clear them out.
Yeah, you go into people's houses and you gun them down. As they're running away from you, you gun them down. The cops show up, you gun them down. But the thing that really takes this game over the top to like a level of it disturbs me. Like I've played a lot of violent video games. I'll tell you this: when I play a game that has a Paragon system, so it's like you can play as a good guy or you can play as a bad guy. I always play as a good guy because I have too much empathy for pixels, right? And like, so I'll try doing like a bad guy run for a bit, and then I'll feel real bad and just go good guy, right?
Right.
So this game does not give you that option. You are definitely just a bad guy. And they really drive that home because the way you replenish your health in this video game, the mechanic they use is as you're shooting people down, they don't necessarily die. They might just be in agony. This is a state of like a character state is agony. So you go find one of them and you execute them. So it'll do like a little cutscene animation where you pull out like a hunting knife and finish them off, or you stomp them to death with your boots, or you just shoot them execution style. And that is how you regain your health in this game. So I've played it for 10 minutes and I was just like, I don't think I can play this anymore. Like thankfully, I got it on sale. Don't get me, I sort of knew what I was getting into with it. But like I picked it up because of its infamy, I guess.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm a big boy. I can play a game like this, and it is super disturbing.
There's stuff that's made out there that's just there are messed up people.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Wikipedia says Hatred received generally negative reviews.
I think, so the thing about it, I was having a discussion with some guys at work today. The thing about it is it actually looks good. Like, if you look at, like, a gameplay video, it is a well-made game. The controls are pretty good.
I was having a discussion with some guys at work.
It looks okay. The issue is just the content, and I think that's why it was getting bad reviews. Like, nothing else about it is really, like, it's not a broken game in terms of mechanics or anything like that.
Right.
But it's just, it is hard to play for more than 10 minutes. Like, if you're an empathetic person, I think those reviews are based mainly on just on the content. And it just occurred to me that I could actually show people what it looks like. Oops. Real quick here. Let's find Hatred gameplay. We'll just skip Oh, this is just the tutorial where you have to like kill your drug captive. That's how you learn. Do they have actual? Yeah, okay, so here's the actual game. You run out of your house and you find all these people and you just start shooting.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so in terms of video games, like it's not a bad looking game, right? Like I say, it handles real well, but my God, is it difficult for me to want to heal in this game. And you know, the levels are big. It is not.
That's like. So can you like? How do you get hurt in this game?
So what'll happen is once people realize that there's a crazy guy with a gun running around the neighborhood, they will arm themselves.
Oh yeah.
And the cops will also show up. Fire hurts you. You have grenades. You can hurt yourself with your own grenades.
So. Wow.
Yeah. Like that guy there has a gun. I'm pointing. No one can see who I'm pointing at. This guy has a gun. The cops showed up, so they have guns. Oh, you know what? I'm being extra stupid because I didn't actually put that on the show. So here, you guys can watch it. We're just going to watch it a little bit longer. But basically, this is what the game looks like.
I don't want to watch this any longer.
Yeah, it's... I'm just trying to show our viewers. All right, we can... we'll stop watching
Man,
that. We'll stop watching that. Sorry, Jeremy. You're going to have nightmares.
Pam's going to get it for her kids.
Yeah, it was on sale. You can get it cheap. if you're so inclined.
Good grief.
Oh, alt left arrow. Change. Oh. Sweet. Cool. Scroll that up. All right.
Continuing on the creepy theme.
Yeah, so...
let's just keep going.
So one of the things that I had posted on the Bourbon Zeppelins page the other day was about a story about an app. So if you install apps on your... Sorry, I'm trying to do two things and think at the same time, which is never good. Okay, so if you if you install phone apps on your phone. Or I guess on your tablet. I was going to say on your kids' phones, but I guess they install their own apps. And this is sort of where this will come from. There's an app called Blaze and Monster Truck Call You or something like that. I don't really care if I get the name right because it's a terrible app. But it's Chilling Blaze and Chilling is an adjective in this case, not a name. I'll just switch to that screen. So there's this application, and I should just double check. You guys should be able to hear this, right? Maybe? Oh, you guys can't even see it because I'm so bad at this. Can't find my mouse. All right, so
is it by Great Free App?
Probably. So this is what you should... We'll sort of take it back to the beginning. So it's important to sort of see exactly what's happening here. So basically what's happening in this application is it's clearly targeted at little kids. So when they install it, they're going to see a whole bunch of different ad screens to click through to avoid... I mean, there's stuff you don't want to click on if you're trying not to click on the ad, right? So you click Phone Me, and then ads start popping up. After you click Start, it's like, here's an ad for Amazon Prime, and then here's another ad for Amazon Prime, and then... then I think maybe we get to the actual... No, here's another ad for some other thing on Google Play. And then... Oh, just a little tiny X in the corner to click. And little kids have really good motor skills.
Yeah.
Anyways, so then it plays this crazy message.
I want to play.
Now, I think this is audio from a movie or something. And I think... Like, it sounded really familiar to me the first time I heard it. It might just be, I don't know, something someone found on the internet. So a couple things to note about this app is this isn't like an official Blaze and the Monster Truck app.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to be clear about that.
In case anybody was wondering, this isn't the official app.
Some of the reactions I saw where people seem to think that it is. Like, oh, I can't believe that these guys put this out. Well, they didn't. is the answer. It's done by some French dude, and clearly it's just there to get
French dude.
Well, a French company. I don't know if it's a French dude. It maybe it's French dudes, French dudettes.
Sounds like.
Anyways, the whole thing is, it's not even it's just trying to get kids to accidentally buy Amazon Prime or something, right?
Or click on the ads or view through the ads.
They're just trying to get their click numbers up on ads, and they know kids have bad motor skills. And I assume whoever did this thought it would just be funny. Like, I gotta think.
Yeah.
He just thought it'd be funny to put that stupid thing at the end. So... This also only exists in the Android Google Play Store currently. Anyway, I'm assuming it'll never wind up in the Apple Store. Especially now.
Especially now,
because the guys at Apple watch Bourbon Zeppelins every week, so they know not to put this app in the store.
If they
right?
put it in,
right. But there's a big difference, right? So, for those of you who don't know, if you're a developer and you want to put something in an app store, if you want to put it in the Google Play Store, you can just sort of have your Google account and go, I want to put this in Google Play, and they go, okay. And then
away it goes.
And then it's in the Google Play Store. Whereas if you've and actually, I kind of only know this incidentally because I've never put anything in the Google Play Store. Apple, however, I've had 3 apps in the Apple Store, and there's a bit of a vetting process. So you have to submit the app, and then someone plays with it a bit.
someone actually reviews it. And
It's not a very robust
QA
review
department.
Yeah. Basically, they kind of just look mainly to see if it's gonna break. Like, is it crashy?
Right.
It's not crashy. That's okay. And then also a little bit of content, right?
Right.
So,
Is it adult?
yeah, and there's a couple of different they have some pretty strict design rules at Apple in terms of how apps are supposed to load and unload, or at least they did years ago. Like, I'm sure they probably still have rules, but I imagine they're different than because the last app I had in the store was 5 years ago.
And if one thing
like OS 4 or something.
if you can count on anything, it's that Apple changes everything.
Yeah, so
constantly.
So the good news is that this app, even if it was submitted to iOS, and I imagine, I don't know if it would have been because it costs you $99 a year to have like a developer account, a dev account with Apple. It costs you nothing to have one with Google. Right, so just like in terms of I'm going to scam a bunch of people, this is the easiest way to.
This is the
easiest way to do it is to put it on Android and just forget about even trying to get it on iOS. Not worth the $100 or the hassle of them, having to reject your app, I guess. So this brings up maybe a safety moment. I don't know how you would stop this. Like, if your kid has a device, and I know lots of kids sort of have their own device nowadays. I don't necessarily know how you stop them from accidentally getting this. Like, if they're like really big on Blaze and the Monster and they're old enough to spell, I guess.
My kids we have a family account for our Apple IDs.
Right.
And so for my kids, if they want to install anything on their iPads, they hit install and it sends a request to both parents.
Oh, yeah.
Saying, your child, so-and-so wants to install blah, blah, blah. Do you accept this? And then on our device, we have to say, yeah, okay, that's okay.
That's good. That's really good.
So Apple's they've figured out some of that controlling a little bit. Obviously not so much on.
Yeah, like I don't know how it is in the Android.
And having said that, setting up a family sharing account for Apple IDs is a little bit like I had to actually stop and pay attention when I was doing it. So
it's a bit of a pain. I sort of looked at it, even just for like iTunes account sharing, like music sharing and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of a pain.
You have to really understand
to the point where I don't have it set up at all.
And if you make a mistake, you can't undo mistakes.
Yeah.
So you get one crack at it,
and then you have to deal with support.
And then, and there's nothing you can do because once Once an email address is associated with an Apple ID, it can't be associated with any other Apple ID.
It can if you call support. I had to do that once.
Can you?
Yeah.
That's
it was
that's
a giant
new thing.
It was this was about 5 years ago. It was when I left that job. I've
never been able to actually
I had
get
the
that
company's developer application account was on my. I had it on my personal email. I didn't realize, and not on my work email.
Okay. Okay, you finish your story, and I'll see if it's what I'm thinking of.
Or maybe someone else had. At any rate, I had to like call support and be like, "Hey, I'm not." Or no. You know what? I'm remembering this wrong. It was associated with someone else's work account, and I had to get it transferred to my work account. But it was a developer account, and so it might have been easier. I don't know that I've ever had to deal with my personal account.
See,
okay, I take all that back. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Remember how I can't remember what happened yesterday? I definitely can't remember what happened 5 years ago.
You can add another email to that Apple ID, but an email account that's been associated with a specific Apple ID can't ever be associated with a different Apple ID.
Right.
From all my experience, and I've gone round and round a lot on a number of these things. It's possible I haven't found all the right secret roads or secret handshakes with Apple.
Right.
And it's possible that things have changed. I sure hope they do, because man, is it ever a pain in the rear the way they've got things. But anyway.
Yeah, so that's that. Just be careful with what your kids might be downloading onto their phones. This also goes to ElsaGate. Did we ever talk about ElsaGate? Do you know what ElsaGate is?
No, but it sounds lovely.
ElsaGate's terrifying. So YouTube, you're familiar with YouTube Kids?
Is this safe to...
Yeah, you can Google it. So ElsaGate is this weird collection of kids videos that sort of popped up. It describes some kids videos on YouTube Kids, and I think they're mainly computer generated. Like I think it's all like AI is just building these videos out of different things. But basically, what it comes down to is they're almost always about Elsa from Frozen being pregnant. Almost 100% of the time.
Becoming pregnant or being pregnant?
Being pregnant.
Okay.
It's not it's not quite that.
Okay.
And then she's like dating Spider-Man, and they go out and do stuff. And then the Joker shows up to like wreck their date. And it's all like weirdly sexual.
Right.
Like it's not like they're not having sex, but there's like a weird vibe to it if you watch the videos, and they're all a little bit different. Like sometimes they go shopping at a grocery store. I think there's one when they're in like a bath together, but they're fully clothed. There's like another one, and then there's like one where the Joker tries to grab Elsa through a door, so she slams the door on him, and then his fingers I think get chopped off in the door. And it started like with this weird live action version of these videos where there were some guys who were sort of like Logan Paul. I don't think it was Logan Paul, but guys like that where them and their friends just make YouTube videos all the time. And they started they used to do this, what were they doing before? I think they were like a prank channel initially. And they did that for years. And then they took a little break and they came back and they just started doing these weird kids videos. And they weren't really for kids. Like the videos are weird, and they're all live action, and then people started making animated versions of these things. And to the point now where there's like these foreign companies where all they do is they make these animated versions of these things, and they all have the same song in the background, like on a loop, and they're long videos, and they wind up showing up. Like if you're auto-playing, they'll wind up auto-playing the next one and the next one and the next one.
Right.
From all these, there's like 4 or 5 different channels that are all sort of linked together. Mm-hmm. And they're really aggressive on IP. So if you use like one of their songs, like their song, I guess, which actually isn't even their song.
Of course not.
They will, you will get a takedown notice, like 4 or 5 of them, like immediately. Like you'll get DRM'd like moments after you upload it, like, and you'll get like a bunch of them. So it'll like mute your audio.
But
anyways, so this is like a super weird thing that people discovered, and people are sort of taking it to a bit of an extreme where they think it's like a pedophile grooming thing. And I don't know if I'd go that far. Like, it's weird, and maybe I wouldn't want my kids to watch it just because it's weird and creepy.
Yeah.
Like it's, I don't know. It gives me the heebie-jeebies watching it. I've watched like a couple of these videos just because I was like, what is this? And but yeah, like some people are just convinced that it's like a pedophile grooming thing. Right. And I don't know. I don't know that I buy that. But like I say, it's just weird and inappropriate.
Not for children.
Not really for kids, and it sort of wound up like sort of taking over YouTube Kids.
Oh, yeah, no, that
right.
Okay.
So if you have like YouTube Kids app, you give it to your kid to watch. Or like, here, I can trust everything on YouTube Kids. You can't.
No, you can't.
Because that's on there. Also, Logan Paul. You know who Logan Paul is?
Mm-mm.
So Logan Paul, he's like a big YouTube star guy. He was just in the news because he was in Japan. And there's this, have you heard of the suicide forest in Japan? Okay, there's a forest in Japan that is called the suicide forest for the reasons you think.
Okay.
People go there to kill themselves
a
lot. And so him and his friends were on a trip to Japan, and they were doing obnoxious crap in Japan the whole time. And one of the things they did was they went and they were in the suicide forest, and they weren't supposed to be in there. Like, there's like signs that were like, don't be in here type thing.
Yeah.
And they found a dude who had hung himself. And they filmed it, and they were sort of joking about it and laughing at the guy and stuff like that. And then he put it on YouTube, right? Mm-hmm. And people lost their minds. So Logan Paul is one of the largest YouTube stars, or was.
Right.
I guess probably still is. He was making like $3 million a year just in YouTube revenue. Not including, like, he also, as part of his YouTube, he created his own clothing brand, and he would, he'd like wear his T-shirt or whatever. So all of this being said, he's like just, generally speaking, a jerk, like an immature jerk, is sort of his persona. And then he went and did this, and then a bunch of celebrities got on him about it. And so he put out an apology video where he was like, I didn't monetize it. I just put this video out in order to, start a conversation about suicide and mental health. Right? It's just like some like total BS marketing spin apology. But what you might not know about Logan Paul is his entire fan base is like 12-year-old girls. And he is on YouTube Kids, like his channel. Because the only people who watch him are kids. Right, because he's obnoxious.
Not my kids.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, he dabs a lot. Like, he loves to dab. Yep. And he wears stupid sunglasses and stupid hats.
That I'm okay with.
But, he's just a stupid guy. And,
gotcha.
At any rate, so he's also, that channel is also on YouTube Kids. And, I don't think it is anymore. And oddly enough, he didn't get banned from YouTube. There's like a whole other big controversy, like just from the YouTube side of things, where people had videos criticizing Logan Paul, like criticizing that video, like the Japanese one. Yep. And those YouTube would demonetize them like immediately, or like mute the audio. Like, it was just stopping people from like making money. But they, as far as anyone can tell, they haven't demonetized any of Logan Paul's, like, his whole channel should be demonetized really for what he did.
Right.
Yeah. And YouTube just changed the rules on making money. So all my channels that I had monetization on, I'm no longer eligible for monetization. Because you have to have 1,000 subscribers before they'll even consider it. It used to like, for monetization, it used to not matter how many subscribers you had.
Ham's going to need to have a lot more kids.
Yeah. Well, think of all the roller coasters you guys can go on. That's Pam will get that.
All right.
Anyway, on to our next story, and this is a much more positive story.
Finally.
We will just Switch to the headline. Canada is ranked as the second best country in the world. We're number 2.
Aha. Who's number 1?
Switzerland.
Switzerland. So now you know who we need to beat up.
Yes. So who votes on this? I was going to read and I totally forgot. According to the 2018 Best Countries Report by U.S. News and World Report.
So how is this? Do you have this one up? So if we look at the overall rankings here.
Yeah. Maybe.
If we look at the
Oh God. Oh God. This is all gone. This is all gone sideways. Oh no!
Quite literally. Those are not the right hotkeys at all.
I don't remember how to switch it back. Oh God. Okay, we're half right. Hold on. Hold on. I fixed that. Okay. And then I will fix this by just doing. Oh, is this like a? All right. You know what? I'm trying to avoid doing that. Oh, well, that's why that wasn't going back, because it was a new tab. All right. So this is what you wanted to look at, was this overall rankings.
Okay, there we go. So if we're looking at the overall rankings, how does 5, 17, 2, 7, 27, 28, 2, 17, and 6 average to number 1?
Well, your ranking is not an average of the other stuff. It's probably
right.
The first problem you're having.
Yep, that's my problem right there. Okay, so
I just think if you add them up, maybe it would be the lowest total score
of all of. Yeah,
I didn't actually look at the methodology.
But
I would guess that's sort of how that's working.
Yep. Okay, so Switzerland. Open for business category. What's open for business category?
I don't actually know. That's why I was clicking on that other thing, because I thought it would maybe explain it.
Power, like electrical power, or?
I think that's like sort of worldwide power, maybe, because the United States is number 1. Sort of like who has the most sway. You know,
swagger.
Well, yeah, the states are like, we want this to happen, and
right, so
it sort of falls in line.
We are not as good as the states on entrepreneurship, because that's who we're going to compare ourselves immediately to, right? The states.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we're only ranked 4 below.
Sorry,
we're only ranked. They were 3rd for entrepreneurship, and we're 7th.
Yeah, so I mean, we're not bad.
We're still in a single digit there.
Yeah, exactly. That's not bad. Yeah, we're good. Switzerland beats us there. United States beats us there. Okay. Adventure. I don't know what adventure category is.
I have to think that has something to do with like what sort of stuff can you do in the country? Like, can you go mountain climbing or whatever? I don't know, like kayaking, like whatever adventure is. I want to click this other link just so I can see. And then I just got to remember that it's the other tab that I got to go to. How we score. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay.
Methodology.
This is us doing our research right in front of you.
Adventure. Friendly, fun, pleasant climate, scenic, sexy. I'm surprised that we're ranked so low on that. Like, we've got lots of things to do.
We're too cold.
Yeah, I guess we're not overly, maybe that's the problem. We're very scenic, though.
It's not very sexy. It might be sexy.
Maybe in Quebec.
So, hang on, sorry. 3.24% of the score is made up of that. So, it's not very... Citizenship is pretty heavily ranked.
Yeah.
Or weighted.
Yeah.
Cultural influence, sort of medium. Entrepreneurship is very heavily weighted. Yeah. Okay. Heritage, low.
Pretty low.
Movers is sort of a baseline 10%, apparently.
Yeah, different, distinctive.
Open for business. What does bureaucratic, cheap manufacturing costs? Corrupt?
Yeah. Well, corruption's good for business.
Like, that's really how it's reading.
Well, yeah, I'm only sort of half joking when I say that. Corruption is good for business.
Okay. Power, yep. A leader, economically influential, blah, blah, blah. And quality of life, yeah. We made
Good job, market, affordable, economically stable. We were number one in quality of life.
We were number one in quality of life. Yeah, I'm looking at that.
Well-developed public health system. Well-developed public education system. Ooh. Politically stable.
So the U.S. actually ranked very low, well, at a lowish 17 for quality of life, as I'm looking here. Number one, of course, in power. Open for business, they did not rank nicely. 43.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I keep looking at United Kingdom. Yeah, I wonder who number one is. China?
For open for business?
Yeah.
We were no, hang on.
We're
Switzerland
number
was
7.
open.
Switzerland's number 2.
2. Yeah, so it's open for business.
Well, that makes sense. Swiss banks.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe it's Panama.
The Panama paper? Yeah. Panama? Yeah. Makes sense.
Ireland, maybe?
Adventure. Yeah, U.S. is not doing so hot. Citizenship, yeah. We're number 4. Switzerland's number 2. Norway's number 1.
Yeah. Well, Norway historically has been like really high. Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a different.
What are you thinking of Switzerland?
No, I'm thinking of Norway. They usually do really well in stuff like this.
Cultural influence. U.S. number 3. Canada 11. Switzerland 7. Italy number 1. Cultural influence.
Because there's pizza everywhere.
And Ferraris?
And sure.
Well, I mean, I ride an Italian motorbike.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
I was going to say your car's not Italian.
No, my car's German, but my motorbike is Italian.
My motorbike is Japanese.
Yeah, they're very... I gotta say, Italians make rough mechanical things.
They aren't known for being great mechanics, which is odd given that their cars look amazing.
Beautiful
like Ferraris
style.
Are nice, but yeah, like the...
Beautiful style, but not refined mechanically.
No.
Whew.
Do you have a wet clutch or a dry clutch on your?
It is a wet clutch.
Okay.
Yeah.
It could be worse.
Exactly. It's not quite so bad, but
there you go. And that was this week's installment of Motorbike Talk.
Yeah, we should do more of that.
Yeah.
Especially in the spring. I'm going to be itching to ride before too long, like in a big way. Okay. More importantly, France didn't rank number 1 in anything.
What do you have
They
against
ranked
France?
number 2 as cultural influence.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Kinda. Wine and cheese.
Wine, art. Same with Italy. I think they're getting that cultural influence for the same reasons.
Yeah, I think so.
Basically.
But France does not make good cars or motorcycles.
Yeah, I can't name a French motorcycle. Peugeot, is that French?
I was going to say Peugeot, I think, is French.
Citroën? They make a lot of cars in France, I think.
I think
it's
they
Peugeot
just
and
keep
Citroën.
trying. Peugeot Coupe, Citroën SUV, Renault Sedan,
Oh, yeah, Renault.
Venturi.
Yeah, I've heard at least 3 of those. Name a Canadian car.
Bugatti?
That's French? I
No.
thought that was Italian.
This
Maybe it's French, I don't know.
that
I literally have no idea. So we
haven't been
we
Bugatti
ranked
shopping?
number 2 in the world, despite everything the internet tells me. Twitter and Reddit. If I listen to what everyone there is telling me, we live in the worst country in the world. So I am happy to
Who
see
says
we're
that?
Oh, a lot of people on the internet do.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I don't live in a left-wing echo chamber, so I read a lot of right-wing stuff too. Like not a lot, but a fair amount, and just nothing but complaining about how no one's gonna, no one has jobs. Everyone hates Trudeau. We're going to be overrun by Muslims soon. And
Well, those things are true,
move.
but for right now, we're number 2.
Well, we'll be number 2 next year. We're all going to have jobs. We're on an economic
We have
upturn
little
right
faith.
now.
We can take out Switzerland.
We-
I mean, not with Trudeau at the helm, but
Maybe. He gets us ranked pretty high, I think, for like cultural influence, maybe, or power.
Not power.
Well, we're in 12th for power.
Not power.
Oh man, after the TPP thing,
you mean after he threw the TPP thing?
He did not throw the TPP.
Hang on,
thing.
which one did he throw by sleeping in?
I don't know.
The one in Indonesia.
I don't know. Was it the TPP? We literally just got a really good deal in TPP. Everyone was like, "Oh, we should drop out because the Americans dropped out," and then our government actually went and negotiated a better deal for us in the TPP. So there.
I need to find out more than that. That would be fantastic. I
don't know how good the deal is, but it's
right.
If the news is any indication,
well, we
should be happy about it.
Totally humiliated in China.
Oh, who cares about China?
That was a joke, right?
No, who cares?
They're only like the largest economy.
Yeah, but at what cost? They're a large economy that are destroying the planet with horrible human rights.
Yeah, okay, but
like, would you move there?
No.
Then who cares about China?
Would you say they're a shithole country?
Parts of it are, just like parts of any country are.
Well, fair enough. Every country.
But I would also not just label countries full of brown people as shithole countries, unlike some presidents of some countries might.
Anyway. Okay. I forget where I was going with that.
I think you were trying to trick me into saying something, and I didn't fall for it. Davey didn't bite.
No, there was something. My thought train is.
Was it about shitholes?
Precariously.
Was it about countries?
Gripping the tracks. No, I'm honestly, I'm like thrown off my guard here. The Bugatti is French.
Oh, there you go. See, they're better at stuff than you think.
This is crazy.
You have this weird bias against French things.
Well, yeah, like everyone.
I like French things.
I like French.
I'd move to France before I'd move to China.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Well, yeah.
So we're number 2. We're number 2. Yeah, that's nice to see.
Is anybody on Facebook? Any of our viewers have anything to say? Pam has plenty to say.
Oh, no. Pam thinks we need a new banner.
Like, what do you mean? Like, I need to change the words on it, or it's a bad design? Because it is a bad design, because I'm not a designer and I made it.
And that's your explanation.
That is 100% my explanation.
Yeah, that works. Okay. Well, are we
moving on?
I think we should stick away from the political stuff. I'm gonna get depressed and have to drink in the bathtub if we.
That's fair. So, is it that time? It's everyone's favorite time.
Kickstarter crystal balls.
Woo!
All right. What do we got for review?
Okay, let me.
Do you put our spreadsheet up there?
I did not pull it out. Or what do you mean? Oh man, I was gonna like preload the spreadsheet with the new stuff and I forgot. Damn it. Ugh, I'll do it after. All right. So let's switch on over to that. So the first thing we're looking at is Disrupt Hopelessness with Soul Development. I think. Yeah, that was first on my list. So
I really hope I said they weren't going to make it, because they're not going to make it.
Okay, so let me make sure here. Is Playdates for Dogs, did they get canceled?
I don't know.
It's not on my...
Hey, stay on target.
Sorry, I thought it was on my list. Did I remove it?
I think they got canceled.
Oh, they must... Oh, yeah. They did. I remember. Sorry, I just didn't have it in my spreadsheet. Okay, sorry. Soul Development. They are asking for 10,000 American bucks.
I don't think they're going to get it.
It doesn't look like it.
They have stalled
last week
out.
we were at $24.89.
They are at $29.87.
They are currently at $29.87. I said that they would not make it, and Jeremy said that they would.
Damn it.
Is it $29.87? Sounds right.
$29.87. I'm going to. That's. Yeah. You're not gonna
Well,
make
they
it.
still got a couple
Okay.
weeks.
How much do we have to give to Type 1 writers now?
I don't know.
Hey. Okay, so. They are. What were they at last week?
Last week, they were at 240.
They're at 252. So they've got another 12 pounds sterling.
Oof. Slowing down.
They're slowing down significantly.
Oh God, that's not right.
But as of today, we have to give them less than $150 to top them up.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, so that's looking good. They'll get there.
Oh, they're getting there. I'm telling you, we're making sure that they're getting there.
We'll get them there. Pam will kick in a couple bucks, right, Pam?
Pam wants to go to London to lunch.
There you go. All right.
I can't wait to
Blitzwolf.
Blitzwolf. Ugh.
So last week they were at 18,418 Hong Kong bucks.
Now they are at what the crap?
They made it. 94,180.
Holy crap.
That exploded.
I think this is the first Kickstarter crystal ball that we've seen pull across the line, isn't it?
No, we've had one more.
Okay.
I can't remember who it was, but someone else. I remember someone else made it.
Holy moly.
But they really made it. So
they must have, like, whoosh.
So they doubled their goal.
Yeah, but
There's still 15 days to go. 193 backers. So what did people buy on this? Okay, $10 or more. One backer just for the name on the website. 145 people are on the early bid to get a speaker.
You know the thing that I don't think we've talked about on this one? It's a micro USB cable connector to charge this thing.
Yeah.
Why isn't it USB-C?
Well, it's also an old version of Bluetooth.
Well,
Because
okay,
it's old technology, Jeremy, that they've repackaged.
So they're buying this off Alibaba, and
Well, these guys are like based out of Hong Kong, right? So they probably just go next
down
door,
the street to the
Yeah.
factory and buy the
guts,
guts.
and then they got some guy to design something. Like, it's a nice looking box, right? So they got someone to design a nice looking box. They get it manufactured on their neighbors on the other side.
Yeah.
And then they just cram the stuff from the one side into the thing on the other side. It's peanut butter and chocolate, and they sell it.
And away you go.
Because people who are buying stuff on Kickstarter don't know that you can buy this stuff
On Amazon.
for less money. To be fair, this one does look a little different. It's unique in its look, I think.
It's a little refined in its look, but it's not amazing.
But this costs more than just a regular Bluetooth.
It does.
Than like any
So,
other Bluetooth
now,
speaker.
yeah,
especially at this technology level.
Fair enough. Like if it's a solid aluminum construction, that's nice, right? Like it's going to be a nice form factor for sure. It's not going to be some plastic crap that's going to.
Yeah, I mean,
Very good
I
character.
got a thing for metal chassis, so I'm all for it.
But
I still wouldn't buy this.
The website scares the pants off me. Aviation technology, play for longer.
Yeah, they're just making stuff up. Like, it's just marketing speak, right? Like
It's
like aviation technology is there's like some metal that's used in a plane somewhere.
It's almost marketing speak. That's what
Well,
makes
it's
me
like
crazy.
it's lazy marketing, but it's still marketing. So a bunch of people
lazy marketing.
bought at the early bid. 5 people at last chance.
It says early bid, doesn't it?
It does. I wasn't making that up.
All right.
And then only one person got the double surprise, which is such a weird name for a thing. A double surprise
coming from Hong Kong.
Here's a list of things that are in the thing. Like, this shouldn't be a surprise, right? Like, I should be getting 2 speakers, 2 cables, and 2 more aux cables. If I get anything other than that, then yeah, that's a surprise.
It doesn't say it's limited to. It just says the surprise includes those things. It might have other things.
I guess. Surprise. Here's some bird flu.
I feel like coming from China, I don't want more surprise. Anything coming from China, you don't want surprise.
Huh. No, It's always like a note saying, help me. Always. Please send money to my family.
Okay. That's enough of that nonsense. I can't believe they got it this way.
Man, did they ever get it. And they still got 15. They still got 2 weeks to go.
Yeah, stupid products. Did I say they were going to...
What did we say?
Oh, crap. Did I say they wouldn't?
Yeah. Yes! Oh, I won twice.
This is not a good...
Well, I shouldn't say I won twice. We don't know about soul development yet. They still have time.
We know I lost twice.
Yeah. Luxury driving loafers is next. I got to find the link.
What?
Nope, sorry. I take
2 buckets.
2 buckets is next.
2 buckets. Okay, so this is the one that this
is
volunteering
the
app.
volunteer mobile app.
Yeah.
Which we said
should.
We both of us are yes across the board.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because both of us thought that this is the kind of thing that, this is a nice app. This sort of deserves to maybe get kickstarted.
But we also think she's connected enough.
We also think that she's media savvy enough, like social media or otherwise, to get this in front of the right people.
Okay. So what were we at last week?
She's like a quarter of the way there right now. So last week, they were at 5,576
so
American.
They're 14,641.
14,641. So they're doing better.
They're doing good. They're right on track.
Yep. And I just got to do some math here real quick. Equals that.
They are
that. They are at 29.28%. So day one, their percentage was 11% last week. Mm-hmm. And so now they're up to 29% after 1 week.
Yep. Okay. Maybe some redeeming hope for our hero yet.
Yeah. The BT speaker, by comparison, last week was that was their week 1 week. Last week was 36%. That being said, Type 1 riders was at 75% last week, and they only made 12 more pounds.
Yeah, they're really slowing down.
They really, yeah.
That's okay, because
but they were at 50%. They were at 55% on their first day. Like, obviously, like, that's a pretty niche thing, right? But,
right. It's okay. We're gonna carry them through.
They'll get there.
Pam will make sure they get it.
Emma Timmy. Oh, this stupid one.
Yeah.
The ad.
the everything ad.
Still a 0.
Still at 0.
Finally, I'm so glad no one's fallen for this.
Yeah.
Week 1 percentage. 0. Easy. Oh, wait, that's not the right one.
Now, they have 52 days that this might still...
Yeah, this isn't going to make... I want to say this isn't going to make any money. But maybe people who want this, who are too lazy to click on the link to the website, maybe they'll try to back it. But this isn't going to get successfully backed, though.
There's no way.
Like, people are going to try to...
There's
like,
no way. They're looking for
25,000. Yeah. There's no way this gets backed.
Okay.
But we're both no across the board on that one.
Good. Okay. Oh, big boy.
Oh, yeah. I was going to take that off the list. I'll do that now.
Big boy got canceled.
Yeah, that was a shame.
I want a big boy statue.
Luxury driving loafers.
Right. Luxury.
The shoes.
The other scam.
No big move here. So they were at 810 last week.
Same. They're at 810 now, a week, and no pledges. They only have 3 backers, hey?
Yeah. So they're at...
Which is insane that 3 backers pledged up to $800.
Yeah, it's because someone who bought like the 3-pack of shoes or something like that.
No, it was one.
Yeah, one dude got the 3 pairs. So that's $450,
Okay.
and then 2 at $180 a piece. That gets you there.
I guess.
But yeah, so they have no movement. They are still at 16%.
Good. And I said they weren't going to get it, right?
No, actually.
Ah, crap.
We both said yes on this. We both think that it's gonna get funded.
Shoot.
we agreed on that one. Yeah.
All right. And the last review from last week,
Contacts
my
app.
Contacts
Oh,
app.
thank God, no one's pledged on this. I'm so glad we're right about that. So that's another easy 0%, 0%.
Good stuff. They are not going to. They better not make it. Okay, so what do we have? We got a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, I'm grabbing a handful a week right now.
Wow.
So this is like a wide variety of stuff here. Sorry, I'm just copying and pasting some stuff. But I'll move the cartoon pilot episode over.
So, cartoon pilot episode. A cartoon with 90s style.
Which I don't see, but... So this guy has...
That crap?
Yeah, so he wrote a cartoon. I'd like to create a cartoon series about a 12-year-old girl named Turquoise who stumbles upon a portal into a magical winter wonderland, the world of her dreams. However, with this magical privilege comes the responsibility of safeguarding the land secrets from outsiders near and far. So it's sort of like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Except not at all.
It's like, well, it's...
Well, I mean,
like
yeah.
Narnia, they sort of stumbled into. It was winter, I think, initially when they.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've read it. Maybe I'm wrong.
It is.
But it's I remember it being wintry and magical, and they sort of had to protect. I don't remember that protect a secret necessarily, but they had to go save people. At any rate, these guys made an 18-second video of what the cartoon will look like. He wants $15,400. Is that what he's asking for? Oh, this guy's an idiot. So. He needs $15,400 to pay the studio to make a 22-minute pilot episode. He's actually only asking for $15,400, so he didn't take Kickstarter fees into account. Also, I don't know that he
needs how much? He needs $15,400 to pay the studio, and he asked for $15,400.
So he didn't take Kickstarter fees into account. I don't think anyone's voicing this cartoon from the sounds of it. Like, if they're just animating it.
Well...
no music?
He will need to find his own voice act. This is Risks and Challenges. I will need to find my own voice actors to play each of the characters. I am open to suggestions or recommendations on that. How about hire them?
Yeah. Ask for more money. You aren't going to get any money, but...
I know that once I have the pilot episode, it's not guaranteed...
Here, I'll play
that a network will pick up my show.
You guys can watch the 18-second
But most of us can
video.
agree that good cartoons have been lacking in the past decade or so. See, this is... I agree with him on this.
Yeah.
I half agree with him on this. Well, there are some good cartoons out there.
Yeah, I watch cartoons all the time.
What cartoons do you watch right now?
Right now I'm watching Bob's Burgers.
Okay, do you watch any kids cartoons at all?
Gravity Falls I was watching, which is great.
That's not bad.
What else was I watching?
Gotta say, Teen Titans Go.
Oh, yeah. I love Teen Titans Go. All the Justice League variations have been
those
excellent.
are good.
Those are all great.
Clone Wars?
I haven't been watching Clone Wars. I'm not a Star Wars guy. So I don't really care.
And more evidence that Dave and I could not be more dissimilar. Wow!
How many days do you have? 29? Cool.
Yeah, so anyway, no guarantee that...
Sorry, obviously, I'm still filling this stupid thing out. What currency is he asking us for this in? American?
This cartoon is something kids of the 90s would definitely have enjoyed, and kids of today would also. There's some big logic fallacies in here. Okay, about the pilot episode. One day at school, a magician comes to Turquoise's class and teaches them how to make a potion that will grant their greatest wish. So that's okay. What school board is allowing magicians to come and teach chemistry?
I don't know. this guy's in the States, so who's to say?
Fair point. The other kids steal Turquoise's potion ingredients.
Like, I think
but
anyone
the
can be a teacher in the
potions
States.
don't work for them. Later on, the missing ingredients show up in Turquoise's bedroom. She stirs them together and a magic ball appears. When she bounces the ball, a portal to another world opens.
That's the pilot episode?
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Arcticaria is a mystical snow-covered mountainous land that remains sunny year-round. Like Alaska? This guy likes snow.
Oh, dear.
Well, good for him for having a vision, I guess. I hope this isn't the final art style. I gotta be honest with you.
Well, yeah, that's the 90s flair.
This doesn't look like 90s cartoons to me, though.
I know.
This looks like Flash cartoons, which I guess were a thing in the 90s. But, this doesn't look good. I don't know if you watched the demo. What? There's a scene where she, sticks her head in the snow. This looks atrocious.
Yeah, well, this isn't the... This isn't
I get
what...
this is the demo.
And this isn't what the studio made for her.
Yeah, it is.
No.
18 seconds. 18-second demo. This has to be it.
They made it. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Okay, so also, if you look up spaceanimationstudio.com, we've got some problems with the studio anyway.
Oh God. Okay. Let me do that real quick. Is there a link, or am I have to type it?
No, I just
Let's do that. Oops, I'll do that because
there's the URL is in the.
I got it.
But it's not a link. So we got some problems.
I got it. We're good. Can I just drag this over? That would be nice. No. Yes.
Okay, so
yeah. What's the problem here?
Other than this is a website from the 90s?
Well, these guys really got the 90s style down.
They very much did.
You can connect with them on Facebook. Maybe they'll follow us.
Don't do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but the website Favicon is... I think that's the Joomla one.
Yeah, it is.
So, I'm sorry, if you're a digital agency of any sort and don't know enough to change your Favicon.
Here's a lesson for any of you who are going to have your own website. Don't use the default Favicon. If you don't know what that is, that's cool. Whoever's making your website, tell them you don't want the default Favicon. It's not hard to change. It's really easy to change.
It's so not hard to...
And we're talking about the thing, because I'm not displaying the tabs, but it's the thing that would... you know what? I'll just show you.
Show 'em.
I can just display the tab. So it's this thing here up in the corner that I'm circling with my mouse that looks like a little... See, this Favicon here, this is a custom one. And you just sort of upload a little, whatever it is, 50 by 50 pixel thing, and then it just displays it there in the corner. It's like personal branding. These guys are just using... I think you're right. I think this is Joomla. And it's just like a framework to build a website. These guys are... Man, for animators, they are pretty lazy, at least in terms of whoever they hire to do their website.
Super... if they didn't... If they're...
Space Animation Studio was established on the 27th day of the October month of year 2005. Who wrote this copy? A monster. That's who. The small but extremely skilled team having one vision to deliver best and high quality to... Oh, is this Chinese?
It might be.
That might explain the low cost. $15.4 for 22 minutes of animation. That's not a lot of money.
No.
I've never had to buy animation, but I used to work with an animator, and he was like, it's at least $1,000 a second, and that was 5 years ago. A little bit more, actually.
Yeah,
like
our
7
studio
years ago.
is well equipped with state-of-art...
To be fair, that was 3D animation, so maybe I'm wrong.
Hey, but their studio is well equipped with state-of-arts...
Oh, Central India. There we go.
Ah, there we go.
Found it.
And technology, networking, latest softwares, audio and video equipments, and facilities with high-speed internet facility.
Oh, they do Flash animation. I bet you they're doing that whole thing in Flash. I bet that's the latest softwares they're using. Because that looked hardcore like Flash animation.
So have you ever had any experience with Indian outsourced?
I've never had to, know. My favorite story about Indian outsourcing is a guy who was a developer. Like, he was like a full-time software engineer, and he was getting paid a lot of money, and he took part of his money to hire an Indian developer, and he outsourced all of his work. And he was like the best employee in the company until they found him out. Like a year and a half or 2 years or something like that, he was just outsourcing all of his work. So he would just screw around on the internet all day. Meanwhile, some guy in India is doing all of his coding for him. And then he would just get it back and submit it, check it into wherever. I don't remember how he got busted.
Taylor says hi.
Hi, Taylor. I don't make enough money to outsource my work.
I don't make enough money to outsource.
And pay my mortgage.
Yeah, we can do one or the other.
Yeah, it's one or the other. I think maybe, I don't know, I should look into it. I have no idea what it would cost to outsource all my work to somebody.
Yeah, the problem is that...
But if I get busted, I definitely get fired. I work with a bunch of data, and there's a lot lot of rules about how data is stored and stuff like
and
that.
Accessed and
access to data, so
yeah.
No good. Here's my prod login. Please don't get me fired.
Okay, have we crucified that? So this is definitely on the shouldn't get. And
you have this on the shouldn't? I actually thought you'd be on the should for this.
Shut up.
No, honestly.
I'm going to fix my track record.
Well, we don't care about the should or the shouldn't isn't what's being tracked here.
We're tracking both, right?
Well, I think but that's not the one
won't
that
and
we're
shouldn't. I say won't and shouldn't.
Okay. I'm going to say...
And nobody better.
I'm going to say... Oh, jeez.
Pam, you keep your grubby, bad project supporting mitts away from this one. She's going to be upset with us for supporting Type 1 writers.
Well, okay, so for this, I'm actually saying this is the kind of project that should be kickstarted.
Explain yourself.
This guy has a vision and a dream, and he's gone to the point where he's at least, gotten a demo from an animation studio. He's put not a ton of work, but he's put a fair amount of work into it. It's a dream of his, and he seems to be fairly realistic about the outcomes of it. Like, if I get the pilot made, I don't necessarily, I know it won't necessarily get picked up by a network, right? So I think this is kind of like a cool little thing. I like where this guy's coming from. He's made a ton of bad decisions, right? Like, he's not asking for enough money, first of all, at all.
Right.
Right, so he didn't think that through. He really should have considered asking for money to hire professional voice actors.
Right.
But and that's why I think this. Well, that's one of the reasons why I think it's not actually going to be funded. But I think it's the kind of thing. This is the sort of thing Kickstarter is for supporting people on
foolhardy errands.
On foolhardy errands from time to time. This isn't some poorly thought out product that this guy has designed. Right? We're gonna get to one of those later. But
oh boy!
But this is, this is just sort of like I don't know. I'm having a hard time convincing myself that this should.
I get where you're coming
Like
from.
I don't think that this one in particular should be, but I think this is the kind of project that should be.
That's as far as I'll go.
Right? Like that's
That's
sort
as
of what
far
I'm
as I'll
saying. Like
agree
this
with
is
you
a
on this.
poor example of what should be.
Yeah, because this is kind of garbage. This is kind of hot mess garbage.
Yeah. Like I wouldn't watch this cartoon. Like
No.
this looks awful. But yeah, I'm just saying.
This is the type of project that should get kickstarted.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got some glaringly bad omissions in strategy here.
Yeah, he didn't think it out very well. So
Okay.
last week is 0. Okay. All right. I'm sort of caught up on that paperwork.
So now we're going to look at Keep It Banned.
Yep.
The ultimate travel essential for perfect carry-on.
Yep. I'll play the video. I don't know how long the video is for this. Oh, God, it's almost 3 minutes. Why is this video so long? I was going to bump the audio down on that.
Okay, so what's... Yes, we have airport shopping carts.
Yes. So this inventor has...
Are you using that term loosely?
Yes.
Okay.
They are. So this is their problem that they're showing us right now is they have a hard time with carry-ons and getting all their bags onto the carry-on. So wouldn't it be convenient if we had a product, some sort of device that we could strap around it and hook things onto? And so what they've done here is they've invented the bungee cord. Now it's a slight...
But it's not the bungee cord. It's the little hooky thing.
Okay, you can do exactly this with a bungee cord, though, right? Can you not?
Can you shake a bungee cord like that?
If it's tight enough. They come in different sizes. Right? Like, this is just like a small bungee cord.
With a convenient loop hooky thing.
You can still hook things on to bungee cords.
Well, they're really trying to sell it there, hey?
Oh, yeah. She's like, look, I got it onto an airplane. No one said anything.
It's a weapon.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it works on escalators.
It works everywhere that a bungee cord works. And 68. Oh, whoops.
Everywhere a bungee cord works?
Probably. Actually, probably not.
That's pretty...
It's like a one-sided bungee cord with a loop, right? Like, it's a little... Admittedly, it's a little different than a bungee cord, but it's not different enough
For your tastes.
for my tastes. For this to be the kind of thing that I would support.
So, sorry, the product is both the band and the little hooky thing?
I think it's all one thing. Like, I think it's one piece. Isn't it? No, maybe it's two pieces. But I'm assuming it's both.
It's a silicone band and the inner ring. Let the inner ring hold the silicone band by hanging it to the end of the ring. Okay, so this is another not English first language.
One keep it band, one ring, plus one band. They are based out of New York, New York. Jian Young. Young Jian. Probably Jian Young. So, you know, maybe not English as the first language.
Okay,
They have one
Why?
backer.
two backers.
Sorry, two backers.
Why are they asking for $30,000?
I don't know. They almost certainly don't tell us. Oh, this is the best. Use keep it banned for tote, backpack, duffel, coats, shopper, hobo. I'm finally a Kickstarter for hobos. I love it. That's great. They deserve money for that.
They actually put hobo.
Yeah.
That makes my heart so happy.
It's so stupid. So this is okay. So these bands. Okay, now I really don't know why they're asking for 30 grand. These are resistance bands. These are just like you can buy these things already.
Oh yeah,
right.
So bands, yeah, of course you can buy those.
Yeah. So this is just like something you would go buy. So I guess they need to manufacture these things, like the rings. Oh, they have design improvement. So at least they iterated. That's something.
That's something. Okay. Portable and durable. Yeah. I want to see the hobo example.
I bet you they don't have any pictures of hobos on this page.
No, but what they get to is...
okay, so it stops you from dragging stuff. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, these are all like good things.
No need to use airport carts or trolleys. Okay.
Sure. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Lots of colors.
All fine. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Bring it to life. Ultimate freedom.
Yeah. You got. Hey, they got a timeline. That's like
they do. Idea came to life a year ago. They did R&D and product design in June.
6 months later.
Prototyped in December. Launching the campaign now. So that's not bad. Like that's fine.
Stretch goals, close campaign, design development.
Logo.
Logo engraving. Good.
And
That's
packaging.
yeah. That's
so they didn't do that first.
That's actually.
This isn't a terrible plan.
No, they got a good plan.
So for $1, you get special thanks. $22, you get a band for the early bird. $40, you get the duo band. And then the Kickstarter special after the early bird is $29 and $58 respectively.
Right.
So, pretty low barrier to entry. Like, if you're interested in this, $22, although I can buy a silicone band for cheaper, but I can't buy that special ring, to be fair.
So, we are Young and A Young sisters, who, I don't understand that sentence. I think those are names.
Those are names, yes.
We're sure of
We
it.
are Young and A Young. Well, Young is the name of the person, right? So, we are Young and A Young, comma, sisters.
So, just grammatical...
Yeah, just grammatical.
Grammatical omission of the comma. Yeah. Okay.
So she is...
okay, so Young is currently based in New York. A Young has several years of experience in global sales management of automobile industry.
This is a funny sentence. She also has expertise in online advertisement by working in the IT industry leader in Seoul. Like, that's just like a weird grammatical thing, but...
There's links!
Oh, to the Instagram. Should follow them.
Easter egg links.
I wasn't expecting that. I'm not signed in.
Okay. So they're asking for $30,000.
Yes.
That seems like it might be actually like a reasonable amount of money for what they're trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not like a wholly unreasonable thing that
we need to start developing a rubric for evaluating these things.
Yeah, that would probably be smart. We aren't very smart.
We'll get it.
Make one.
All right.
Maybe one of our many fans will make us a rubric.
Thanks, Pam.
What do you guys want us to evaluate these things on? Because going off the top of our head doesn't always seem to work for us.
I got like 2 wrong for sure this week already. Man.
Yeah. Anyways, so okay. I actually might. My gut reaction might have been a little harsh on this.
No? Not harsh enough.
Not harsh enough.
Well, no,
I'm actually swayed. I'm sort of coming around on this.
It's a good plan. It's a bad product.
Yeah. Okay. So, should this be funded, Jeremy? Is this the kind of project that we should like to see more of on
It's a soft no.
Soft no. Okay. Is that like my soft yes on the cartoon?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
This isn't what I wanted. This could be a very successful product in this world.
Mm-hmm.
This strikes me something that would like go nuts on like a QVC or like a shopping channel type.
Mm-hmm.
Or as like, little gadgets in checkout lines, things like that. Like it's addressing a real problem. Like for sure, like being able to hook stuff on stuff that you're already carrying and be able to carry things more efficiently. Great plan, great idea. These aren't the problems that I want to see solved on Kickstarter.
No,
that's me.
Okay, that's fair. With me, I sort of feel like, again, this is the kind of thing I do like to see on Kickstarter, where these appear to be like independent inventors who have an idea and they want to see if people are interested in it and if people are willing to help them. Is this a good idea? Like it's almost like a testing ground, right? And these guys don't like. I like that they aren't a large corporation who are just like, we have a long history of product development. Here's yet another product we've developed. Just buy it.
Here's something else that we can put into Walmart, and it'll make us, our 40% margin over top of.
They've at least gone to the trouble of designing the rings, right? Like they've iterated on that.
Yeah.
So like I like the independent inventorial spirit. Is that a word? Inventorial?
It's not the meaning you think it is.
Nope, it sure isn't. But so I just sort of I like that. So this is the kind of thing where I prefer this sort of product as opposed to something where it's done, like clearly done, right? Or coming from a large company.
Well, I like that they've got a plan for how they're going to.
I like this. I think this is I'd rather see more of this as opposed to like the Blitzwolf. Right? The Blitzwolf is just a.
I don't want to see the Blitzwolf.
Well, no one wants. Well, like you and I don't want to, but like for a lot of people, like they're like, oh, sweet, like so this is done. Like I can give you my money, and then I will get it faster.
Well, although having said that, my earbuds, or it was presented as a pretty much done product. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe maybe I'm speaking too soon. I don't know.
Oh, I thought that was done.
Pam's giving us total creative control on how we're going to evaluate these. So we'll evaluate them on wildly fluctuating standards.
No good, Pam. No good.
Forget any sort of standardized rubric. Forget it. I don't think it's going to make it.
You're a no. So, how many days is this? 44. I think, because I did the math right. All the way back to the top. 44 days.
I just took a look at the next one. I'm so excited.
Man, I don't know if this is going to make it or not. I feel like they aren't asking for a ton. 44 days. I think this is... I'm going to say no. I don't think it's going to make it. I think this is a good thing for someone like maybe like an actual investor to invest in, because this is the kind of thing where they'll sell these by the checkout in every Bentley, or like every airport gift shop will have one of these next to the neck pillows. Like there's a big market for this, and if I was like a venture capitalist and I had money, I'd be like, yeah, here's a bunch of money. I'll give you the $30,000 for whatever, some stake in your company, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure that they've got the right design. They've got the right idea. They've got the right problem to solve. I don't know that the ring, the way they've got it made, is the most effective way to solve that problem.
Right. And if I did have the money to fund them, part of that money would be like, let's see if we can bring in like a real designer, or like an industrial designer who's looked at something like this before, just to make it better. Because this is, I think like my at first blush I was like, it's a bungee cord. But I'm like, okay, it's a little bit more clever than that, right? Like it's a little more elegant than a obviously it's more elegant than a bungee cord, but there's more than just design. It doesn't look as industrial as a bungee cord. Although exactly. I'm sure you can buy a pink bungee cord. So if you're so inclined.
If you like pink one.
Okay. All right. So this one is a little weird. This is a game. This is a city game, and this is a thing that's happening at an event later this year. I think I had seen the dates and I've completely blanked on them. April 28th. So this is like a live action game. It's sort of like live action role playing, sort of like LARPing, but not in the traditional sense. This is LARPing with a phone mostly. Yeah. And there's like clues and puzzles, and you do actually have to go and find people and talk to them in real life places. I think this sort of thing is really neat. I should have looked this up, but it just popped into my head.
So cool.
There's a documentary I watched about a game like this.
Okay.
And it was really fascinating. And people weren't sure if it was like... So it was this whole thing about like joining a cult, essentially.
Yeah.
And people weren't sure if it was real or not, like, because the game went on, like, it lasted forever, and it was like this really weird thing. Like you literally answered an ad in like one of those free weeklies, and then you showed up somewhere, and then you watched like some weird video by some dude, and they had people there, and then they were like, yeah, we'll send you like text messages, and it just turned into like a game, and then you'd go around and sort of like solve clues and puzzles, and then like there was like this whole internet like online forum where all these people who were like in the game were like trying to solve puzzles together, and whoever like invented it didn't really have like an end game in mind, and so they sort of threw something together, and it was like this weird. It was like what do you call it? Like a weekend seminar, like how to get rich quick scheme sort of thing, right? But the guy was like a religious leader, like spiritual leader type thing, and it was just like super bizarre. I'm gonna have to look it up. The documentary though was like really entertaining, and the whole thing was weird, like just super weird. And it was like this game that just sort of took place in San Francisco for, I want to say, a couple years before they had like the big blow off. Yeah, and like just every now and then like new clues would show up, and it would just mess with people, and like I don't know. There's like a whole bunch of stuff that went on. Anyways, so things like this, like real life games like this, are sort of like fascinating to me. Not only because of that, like that documentary helps, but like I just think it's like a neat concept, right? Like I've always sort of wanted to do something like this.
That would be it would be so fun.
Like I think it would be fun. Like it's like a digital scavenger hunt kind of.
Yep.
Right? Like who doesn't like scavenger hunts?
I like scavenger hunts. Okay, so they're looking. When did this launch?
Play the video. This is today.
Oh, they're going to make it. They're only asking for 3,500 euros.
Yeah, they're barely asking for anything. They don't. This is mostly selling tickets, for the most part. To be fair.
Oh, see, interesting.
City game.
€5 or more. You get updates and love.
Yeah. Yeah, their stretch goals are funny. And they're asking for
your name in credits. Everyone gets updates and love. I like it.
What do they want? 3,500. 3,500. And they have 1663.
So yeah, the game, €35 or more, you get a ticket to the game, in-game material.
Oops. So they're already at.
Oh, that's a resistant. If you want to be a freedom fighter.
Yeah.
So are these the two sides, resistance and the freedom fighters?
No, there's 4 different factions.
Oh, Beacon of Hope, remote resistance.
Yeah, so these are just you get different stuff, right? So resistance fighter, you get a couple of tickets and a poster and a T-shirt.
Oh,
right?
I see.
And then down lower, the more you pay, you get like a button. At one point, you get to like name an NPC or something like that. And another one, you get to take part in, because it's sort of about like the Berlin Wall coming down.
Mm-hmm.
So at one part, you might, if you pay enough, you get to take part in the destruction of the wall type thing. So this is pretty neat. Like this is really like a lot of people I think would spend money on this. Like nerds with €1,000 would absolutely.
This would
it's only you get 5 tickets, so it's only €200 a pop, and you get like. Oh, that's like a sponsor. Like that's advertising too, right? So you get like your logo and stuff and all the in-game materials. So that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, should we do that?
Should we do that? Well, you can go right ahead, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of neat. It's like a game, so there's like the different factions, and they're all trying to like get information and spy on each other and stuff. Like it sounds really cool. Like it sounds like a lot of fun. So
it's happening. Oh, excuse me. It's happening in April.
Yeah, for was it some big game thing? Where is it? Probably way up at the top. Probably way up at the top. Nope. Where the hell was it? I just saw. Oh,
28th of April.
During International Games Week in Berlin. That's what I was looking for. I thought it was like a day, but it's International Games Week.
That would be...
Oh, and I'm scrolling around when I'm trying to play this long video for everybody. I don't even know if people can hear it. I assume they can. So anyways, they've made 47.51% of their targeted goal on day one.
I'm going to say they're going to get it, and I'm going to say they absolutely should.
You think they should?
Yeah, I think this is the kind of thing that this forum was built for.
I disagree.
Aha! Finally!
Yeah, because we haven't been disagreeing across the board the whole day. I think this will get funded, obviously. I don't think that this is necessarily the kind of thing that should be on Kickstarter. They're just selling tickets. This is the kind of stuff you could do through any website.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
Like they're just using this as a storefront. And that's just sort of one of my personal pet peeves about Kickstarter is when people use it as a storefront. Don't get me wrong. There's value in using Kickstarter as a storefront. I get that. Like it's because people go to Kickstarter. People aren't necessarily going to go to your website. But I think that the people who were buying tickets for City Game in Berlin during International Games Week would have gone to their website if they knew that this thing existed, right? So I imagine, not that I looked, but I'd have to imagine that there's an International Games Week website, and I'd have to imagine that these guys are on that website, and you could get a link to their website, or even just buy tickets to this directly from the International Games Week website. I just think there's the audience for this knows that it exists.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's why I don't like seeing it on here necessarily.
Yeah. Okay, we'll call it a draw.
Sure. Oh man, they got credits for their video
Wow.
and everything. All right, and we got one more.
What do we got that's left?
We've got the leg desk. It's a tablet smartphone mount that secures on a leg, so you can put stuff on it while you're sitting.
This is dumb.
Hold on, they have a video.
Oh, it's
with a demo.
So this guy's chair is the wrong height.
Yep. So it'll slide off the front of his leg.
And therefore...
It has some bad ergos.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta do my paperwork while the video is playing.
So he's going to carefully stick it. Oh, with two-sided tape, he's going to stick it on and then strap this to his leg.
Yep.
And how long?
Oh man, he's barely asking for anything. $3,000. He probably needs $3,000 to do something with it and forgot about Kickstarter fees. And so this is easy. 0. Oops, when it goes
did
back
not
a
bother
little.
did not bother to edit the video.
invented this because I needed the perfect solution to mount any tablet while flying airplanes.
Oh, he's a pilot. This is for pilots.
Meant to fit certain enough into this generation of iPad, but with this,
That makes it marginally better because there is actually a use case where he's going to like sit in a stationary spot with this for an extended period of time.
Yes.
piece of gel pads. I've already flown with it many times. It works great. And I look forward to releasing it to the market. Thanks for watching.
I'm just happy he didn't say, I use this while I'm on my motorcycle. Because you know somebody would. All right. So, for most people, this is a dumb thing, I think.
For pilots, this is a dumb thing too.
Okay. I believe you. I think pilots are most people. Like when I pick these things, I don't generally watch the videos. Maybe I should. So I didn't. I was legitimately surprised to find out it was like a pilot-y thing.
Pilot tool?
Yeah, but you know, I don't know. But maybe it's useful for that. I have no idea. But for the vast majority of people, this is so dumb. I mean, I guess if you're like sitting on the couch and you've got your hands full of food and drink and you're trying to watch Netflix on a tablet, maybe.
But this...
You could also lean it up against something like everyone else. This is sort of solving a problem that this guy has. There's like clearly like some people are going to use it, but I think the market for that is super small. But, you know, well, not so much anymore. There was a time where if you had something that you could like stick a tablet on or in, it was like printing money.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case anymore.
No.
No. The main challenge was determining if I have a marketable product that is in demand.
Yeah.
I overcame this challenge by talking to various people who would have various uses for the leg desk. A guitarist?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I've got a number of music stands in my house.
Just gonna say music stand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although I guess if you're like, maybe if you're like a street performer or something like that, you don't want to lug around a music stand.
Okay.
He said he would buy one. The co-owner of the flight school that he patronizes, so it'd be useful to other patrons who'd be interested in selling it as a recommended product to new flight students. And his mother explained to him that many hobby and craft enthusiasts are reading patterns digitally, and this would be a great solution to read digital patterns hands-free.
Table.
Yeah. So, you know, my wife's a crafty lady, and she reads digital patterns, and on her tablet, hands-free, because she has an iPad, and it's got that little case that flips around, and then you
got
just
its own
sit it there,
stand.
and it's got a footprint that's like this big.
Yeah. So he's got two pledge levels. $10.
Where you get nothing.
Yeah.
And $50,
which is also pledge without a reward, or $50. So like, good on him for not just like selling these at like. If you pledge $5, you'll get a leg stand. It costs me $6 to make, right?
Yeah.
But $50 to get this thing that straps to my.
If we do the math on that, that is 60 people. Yes, that's how math works. So we need 60 backers. Between me and my wife, we have like 2 of the use cases here covered, and I wouldn't buy one for either of us.
For either of those, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, launch not launch.
Will it or won't it?
It's a pretty low.
It is low. It's only $50. know. This is tough. I don't actually know. I feel like no, but
He's only asking.
he's only asking for $3,000, and this is one of those ones where I think maybe he's right. Maybe if he goes on like a music forum, like a guitarist forum, and is like, "Hey, you guys that go play in coffee shops, you don't want to lug your music stand around anymore." Not the worst idea I've heard.
No, that's true.
I think
It's
there's
not the worst idea we've heard tonight.
I'm gonna say yes, but with the not really with a caveat. I'm not going to change my answer. I'm going to say yes because I think if he gets it in front of the right people, this is another one of those ones where if the right audience will go for it, and I think if he can do that. But that being said, looking at his video, I don't think he's the most technically savvy person. I don't know.
I don't think he's going to get it in front of the.
I don't
right
think
people.
he'll get it in front of the right people.
I'm going to say no.
Okay. Well, I'll stick with my yes.
That way we can actually drill down to a winner in this.
So is this the kind of thing that?
I don't mind this going on Kickstarter.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I don't mind this
I
going.
think this is another thing where I think this is fine to be on Kickstarter.
This is fine to be.
It's
on
a guy
Kickstarter.
with an idea.
That's what it's for.
Yep, and exactly. That's what I think that this platform is for.
Yeah, and it's not refined or polished but which I'm fine supporting people who have this wacky crazy idea and their presentation isn't necessarily really slick. I'll support people like that if the idea is good.
Yeah, no, for sure.
This guy's isn't slick, and it's not an idea that I think I would support. But
you're beating me, I think. Oh. Maybe not. It might be a tie. Sorry, I'm just totaling up to see where we're at with stuff that's done. It's a tie. So far. But yeah, so I agree with you about the leg desk. I think that this is the kind of thing that... This is exactly the kind of thing that I expect to see on Kickstarter. Is people with an idea. And I like the fact that this guy isn't asking a ton of money for it. He at least seems to have a customer base, sorta, maybe, with his flight school buddies. But, maybe just other pilot friends he has. They might want to buy it. I don't know. So this is exactly the kind of thing that I want to see on Kickstarter when possible. But I do think I'm still voting yes on this, but it's a real iffy yes. This, I'm not confident he's gonna get the $3,000.
I don't think he's getting the $3,000.
I do sort of wonder, if he took his Kickstarter fees into account here, because $50, looking at that, if I was going to buy something like this in a music store, I would expect to pay around the price he's got here.
Really?
Retail, yeah. Well, music stuff gets expensive.
That's true. But
I mean, I don't know. The manufacturing cost on that doesn't look too bad. It's like a plastic wedge and a couple straps.
Yeah, manufacturing can't cost him much.
Yeah.
He's got to have a pretty good margin on that.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's okay.
So. All right.
Well, that's that part of the Kickstarter crystal ball. You want to do a random one?
Let's do one random one.
Okay. So we'll go to the newest page.
Hail Mary.
That's the one you want to look at?
I don't know. I saw pixel art. Keep scrolling.
I mean, we can.
I'm a
I was
sucker.
just shocked. I was like,
I'm a sucker for pixel art.
a pizza truck.
Beach pizza truck. Oh.
Champagne launch hoodie.
What?
I know what this is for, I think. Oh, okay, maybe that one.
I don't know about that. What that is.
Lotion.
Oh, okay. Load more. What else we got?
Unbaked Maryland. I don't know what that is. Plaguers International. Okay, so this is food. Good. Things are comic books, apps. Munch It mobile app. That might not be bad to look at. I assume it's terrible. Every app idea sounds bad to me. Is sort of the problem.
Circumstantial collages. What the? Clip grip. Yeah, that's a thing.
Truth is app, helping connect our generation to Christ. Something Italian. American Motorcycle Restoration Business Plan.
I don't want to.
Business plan. Oh, it's a TV show. Someone's trying to get a TV show.
Danger.
Peanut. Infinite Elephants. A graphic novel. Pocket Flosser.
Okay, that peanut is... Just looking at that picture, that better not be what I... It is going to be what I think it is, right? It's.
I'm assuming that's like a scarf. Or like what a Boy Scout would wear.
Yeah. It's... Okay, as
I think
long
I
as
had
it's...
one of these when I was in Boy Scouts.
It's not allowing people to not learn to tie ties, right?
Oh, geez,
It's
it
not
could be for that. Who knows?
Oh, we can't look into that. Cockadoodle Company?
Adult Doodles.
Okay.
Board game.
Pit.
An EP. Watches.
Watch! There's a watch!
German board game.
Yeah, I know. I almost recommended it. Or almost.
Video game. Let's do a video game.
Yeah,
Cosmic
let's do it.
VR. Hold on. God. Pick something. There we go. It's like click. Cosmic Attack VR Blast from the Past.
What do we got here, people?
Oh God, I'm having issues. One sec. Okay, issues
What did
solved.
you do?
I couldn't find OBS. It was not in my selectable alt tabs, and I had a heart attack. But
Uh-oh. This one's from France.
oh, do we need to? Is this all in French? Nope. Good. They wrote it in English. Okay, let's.
Good, they knew their audience.
So this is a VR video game.
We assume.
Well, it says VR.
I know. We're assuming that that's what they mean.
Space Invaders. Okay.
I'm liking this so far.
Yeah. Oh God, this is like a VR version of what I suggested for our Kickstarter.
Not exactly. That's a cool gun. You get bonus points.
If you shoot food,
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
because in the 80s, that's how you got points, was you shot food. Oh, shield. That's kind of cool. You can reflect.
Uh-huh.
Protect your head by painting a shield wall in front of you. Shoot the donut. Get bonus
Donuts,
points.
bonus points.
Guaranteed. Oh,
Oof.
taking some damage.
So waves?
It might have been a 5. Kill all the bosses.
As opposed to the games where you befriend them.
I feel like this dude's just got bad aim.
He's French.
Wave a flag at him.
You killed the sheep! Okay.
It's a work in progress. That is a nice work in progress.
Well, that could be like all the functionality that they have there completely.
Yeah, maybe. So that's what that
Okay.
is. So they're asking for. Hold on, I gotta do some.
Not a lot of money at all.
No. Wow. Yeah, like it's
Okay.
pretty close to being done.
Well, you don't know what their final vision is.
All right.
Don't assume you know what's going on.
I'm just saying, I've seen video games before.
Yeah,
that
fair.
looks like a pretty complete video game. And they're doing 29 days equals that plus 29.
Okay, so
Okay, so they're asking for 5,000 euros.
5,000 euros. What do they want for 5,000 euros?
That's a good question. Sorry, I'm just doing paperwork real quick here. 85. Okay. We'll
Yeah,
scroll
you got to do the scrolling now. Okay, so they've already got a website for it. Cosmic Attack. Cosmic
Dash attack.
attack.com.
This is the website. Do-do-do.
Leaderboards.
Coming soon on Viveport
They've already got leaderboards.
and the Steam platform.
Populated leaderboards.
Could be playtesters.
Fair. Okay, could be.
Like they're all in France. They're probably all playtesters. Like, look at these usernames. Q. So you got medias.
They've got musics.
Pictures. Medias is a nice way to say pictures.
They got a lot of work done already.
Oh, yeah. Oops. Not what I wanted.
They got a lot of work done already.
Oh, that's us.
You're just
too.
listening to us.
We got a lot of work done.
Oops. F11. So, all right, what do you get? For $5, you get pixel art bonus. High-res wallpapers appear in the credits. And a thanks. 30, you get all that other stuff and 3 stickers. For 60, all that other stuff. A coaster and a mouse pad. For 120.
And a t-shirt.
And a t-shirt for 240. And the game. Wow, that is an expensive game. That's 120 euros just for the game. For a digital download.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Like, I get that it's... Like, I don't know what VR games cost. I guess I should look real quick. If I know how to type. Let's take a look on Steam. Steam games, virtual reality. Where do they run usually? How do I sort by price? See, these don't look expensive. $15, $26, free, $8, $1.
yeah, exactly.
$40. So these are pretty much priced the same as like other video games. Arguably a little bit less because it's probably harder. It's harder to sell VR because
Yeah.
it's a way smaller market.
Yeah.
So let's take a look just in Vive. Yeah. Everything here is like $20, $20 to $30. Oh, Project Cars 2 is $80, but I mean that wasn't made just for VR. Yeah, it's a lot of free. There's a surprising amount of free to play. Dota 2 on VR? Why? Why?
No, thank you.
At any rate, I think this is maybe a little expensive.
Well, I mean, they're trying to get their
Yeah.
development covered here, so
I get that. I understand that. Like, it's not free to develop stuff.
no.
But, you know, you also have to be able to... like, this looks good enough where I think... Like, they even say on their website, I think, that they're going to be on Steam. Actually, I could look on Steam now to see if they have, like, a page. What's this thing called again? Cosmic Attack? Cosmic... oh, it doesn't look good. No, Cosmic Attack is not on
Cosmic
here yet.
Attack VR.
So they are not on Steam yet. So they don't
Okay.
even have like a... It's not Greenlight anymore. They changed it Direct. Steam Direct is the other one.
Mm-hmm.
But this looks good enough where I imagine it will be on Steam.
Could well, yeah.
Like obviously, like that's one of the things that they're trying to get. But
So is Kickstarter just trying to, like, they've obviously got other funding revenue.
they must. Well,
Or
they're
development
only
revenue.
asking for
Yeah,
5,000, right?
they've got to have something else going on, right?
Yeah.
So this Kickstarter is just what? Like, do they blah 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 blah?
Finalization and marketing campaign plans for Cosmic
Yeah.
Attack require at this time more important expenses. Legal status, so they have to like do paperwork for their company.
Yeah.
Branding
So
and
they
stuff.
built it, and now it's time to actually like protect it. And
Yeah, that's fair.
well,
Okay, so like
hey, at least
basically
they
this,
got stuff done.
so this game is like done,
Yeah.
right? Barring probably like just a little bit of cleanup because it looks pretty solid.
It looks like they've got a
Like that, like I'm sold on it on the trailer, and I don't even own anything VR.
proof of concept's definitely there. Functionality's definitely there.
Yeah, for sure.
They've got some really great looking ideas.
Yep. Yeah, it's a nice throwback if you like Space Invaders, like that 80s style gaming. The VR, the world looks really nice. Man, have you watched lots of VR game demos or anything like that?
Not many, no.
So there's this game called Job Simulator. Are you familiar with that one?
No.
So it's really funny. So I was watching a talk by the guys that made it, and they sort of discussed like how they came up with it. So they were
Okay.
building. Their lead programmer is Canadian. He lives in Winnipeg.
Of course.
And anyways, so what it was they were trying to build a demo for a VR thing, and it was for the Steam VR. And Valve was like, you have basically 3 weeks to build a demo. I can't remember what they'd built before. They'd done something before to get Valve's attention on this. And Valve was like, would you like to, we're partnered with the HTC Vive.
Yeah.
We're going to unveil this in like, whatever, a handful of weeks. Can you prototype something? And so they wound up doing like a kitchen cooking thing, right? Where it was like, except they couldn't cut anything. Like, it was really funny. Like, because they were talking about like, okay, so if you take like a piece of celery and you're holding a knife,
Yeah.
people want to be able to like chop the celery.
Right.
The problem, like from a programming standpoint, is once you chop a celery in half, now you have 2 celeries that you're rendering and 2 celery meshes, and now all of a sudden you've got 42 celeries that you're rendering, and it's just going to crush. Like performance is a real issue on VR, so you
Yeah.
really have to think hard about it when you code. So what they did was they built it so the the knives would shatter. So you try to chop something, and the knife would just explode in your hand, essentially. And so anyway, so then they were like, but people really liked it. Like, they liked being able to pick stuff up, and you could like throw food at the very least. You could do, you could throw plates, and people liked that. And so they're like, oh, we could do like a whole bunch of like different jobs, like for like a job simulator. And so they were like, okay, what do we can do besides cooking? Well, we can do like a magician at a kid's party, and an astronaut, and like a chemist in a lab.
Yeah.
And they were like, people weren't having fun with those things. And it was because they couldn't relate to it. So, like, being in a kitchen, everyone understands
Everyone's
being
been
in a kitchen,
in a
right?
kitchen, yeah.
But if you're, like, in a lab mixing chemicals, you don't know if you've done something right or wrong or weird or what, right? Like, there's no, like
Yeah, okay.
what did I do?
Okay, yeah.
So then they decided to take it a different way. And so they started doing mundane, like, not mundane, but, like, more common jobs. So, like, they had the chef and an office job and working in a convenience store. And the whole concept, like their high concept for it, is that it's the year 2050,
Okay.
and you're in a museum because no one has a job anymore, and because robots do everything. And so you go to this museum, and it's an interactive museum, and it's you being taught how to do a job by a robot who doesn't actually know how to do the job, and they've just made like weird assumptions about stuff. So, like, for instance, if you make soup, you like throw ingredients in a pot and then you open it up and you get like a can of soup. Like it's like just stupid jokes like that, right? Like, it's really funny. And so that's sort of how they
good writers could do a great job of something like that.
Anyways, so but they invented this thing. They were trying to figure out, like, menus are like real tough, so they have like sorry, I can't even see what we're showing right now. Okay. Stuff like this with like the score floating here.
Yeah.
And menuing, like a big challenge with VR is trying to figure out where to put stuff, like where do we put this information for people so it's not intrusive.
Yeah.
And so the guys at Job Simulator were trying to figure out, like, how do we do like an exit, like how do we get people to exit out of the game, like do they like press something on the robot and the robot is just like displays a menu and they're like, that didn't look real good.
Right.
So what they have is a 2-part system where you go, I want to get out of the game, and then in every level there's a burrito sitting. And you can grab the burrito, and it's the exit burrito, and you take a bite, and then you pull it away, and it goes, "Are you sure?" and sour cream on the burrito, and then you take the second bite, and that's how you exit. And so they're trying to like get people to talk about. They're trying to make an exit burrito a thing, like a standard.
Standard.
Because they're like one of the biggest games in VR, right? Because like this Job Simulator, so they're like, maybe we'll be the standard of the exit burrito.
We need to come up with some VR norms quick while there's still ones to be had.
Yeah, like that's what they're trying to do, is sort of like get stuff named after their stupid ideas. I mean, they're good ideas, but even they understand that they're silly.
The silliness.
All right. So
Alrighty.
that brings us to the end of another episode. We were a little bit late.
And we're a little bit late now. So it all
Well,
makes
not
sense.
really. We're at 2 hours. This is about where we would normally be.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
too late's making on time.
Yes, that is what it is. So, I'm going to give you the usual spiel. If you enjoyed watching this on Facebook, you can watch us every week at 8-ish. God, we try. This is the first time we weren't on at 8.
It's true.
We've missed weeks. But the weeks we've been on,
We've missed weeks.
It's been 8.
But
this week we're just running a little bit behind, so it's 8:30. Sorry. But if you want to watch us live next week, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Mountain Time on Facebook.com/Bourbon and Zeppelins.
Probably the 8. It'll definitely be on.
If you're
Bourbon and
watching
Zeppelins.
this on YouTube, go to Facebook.com/Bourbon and Zeppelins. Follow us there, and then you'll see when you can watch us live. If you can't make it Wednesday nights, that's cool. You can always watch us on YouTube. I do my best to upload these on Saturdays.
These are always uploaded by the following Wednesday.
Yes, it was Tuesday the one time. I'm usually good at doing the Saturday or the Sunday. Also, you could just watch it on Facebook. It is archived on Facebook if you want to watch it there.
Most importantly of all, please find Bourbon and Zeppelins on YouTube and subscribe, because we need 100 subscribers.
If you haven't subscribed already,
Pam,
do it now. Yeah,
we
Pam,
thank you for
have more kids.
Have more kids. Subscribe them to our channel. I haven't actually even looked today what we're at.
I think we're down. I think we're down to 12. I think we lost one. I was going to Instagram
We lost one of
today.
Pam's kids?
I presume. She did steal one of her kids' friends' phone
That's
at a party. So it's probably that.
They've unsubscribed to us. Oh,
They're like, what is this? Why is this on?
this is
I think I've seen one of these guys before, and he was really drunk.
crap. We're down to 12.
Down to 12. That's okay. That's on us. If you want to follow us on Instagram, I don't know why you would. Instagram.com/Bourbon and Zeppelins. Also, twitter.com/BNZ show. I did actually tweet on there today. So.
Or if you're in the States, B and Z show
Yeah, a Z is a Z.
in Canada. Yep, that's the way it goes. Okay.
It's a Z everywhere except in the States. That's where it's a Z. It's a Z in the UK. Everywhere else they speak English, it's Z. Z's the outlier.
Are you sure?
Yes. It's like spelling words with U's. That's
So again, if you're in the States, B and Z show.
yeah. I'm not saying you're wrong. I feel like they should know.
That they're wrong?
Yeah, if you're in the States, you just don't know what letters are called. Sorry, you're bad at the alphabet.
You should subscribe to our channel on YouTube.
Get
And
better
tell
at
us
the
so.
alphabet.
Get better at the alphabet. Go back to Sesame Street. All right. We will see y'all next week.
Yeah, later.
Ciao.
I don't remember what my hotkey